All right, Cap. Powerful. It's powerful. The Lady of Lightning, and this did show up as an ally for you. And it almost felt like you being the Queen of Swords with the power of Zeus. Like, I'm going to make some changes and I'm making them right now. Boom. And it does have the feeling of the Tower, but this isn't a bad situation for you. But what I will say is it feels like you need to get something out. Like you need it out of your system, like right now. I can't do this anymore. There has to be this sudden shift. Now, for some of you, you're creating this. For others of you, this is going to be an unexpected shift. But it's not a bad thing. It's like having a breakthrough and getting the aha moment. Like, now I finally see what's going on. But for some of you, you're needing this. You're needing this total sudden shift in your life. But what I love is celebration, because ultimately that is where you're leading. But celebration also reminds you to, celebrate the accomplishments that you have made, right? And all of the good things that you do currently have in your life. But I feel like this sudden shift is happening so that you can celebrate the best parts of your life. It's almost like we're clearing out all of the negative from like the last 10 years and just boom, clear it out, gone. I get to live my happy life now without any more destruction or anything that is upsetting. It's like clearing it all out. I feel like a purging of the system. Oh boy, here we go, Cap. I always love your readings. I know this is going to be a good one. Here's your overall. Imagine that. The Eight of Pentacles. Busting your ass, putting in a lot of effort. For some of you, yeah, this could be about work. And it's really about, are you getting what you deserve for all the effort that you're putting in, right? But this could be about a situation that requires you to put in a lot more effort and attention to details, right? In the past, the Nine of Wands, and that may be what you're working on, but I'm not looking at a Three of Pentacles situation here where it's like, how do we make this work? This is something that requires a lot of effort, but I'm looking at the Nine of Wands and thinking, this is you in the past with the wall up, like, oh, hell no, you ain't coming in. Being very on guard and being prepared to continue to fight to protect yourself and to protect what is important to you. But this is like, no. And you're staying vigilant. There are certain things that I almost feel like you're building a wall up around your heart to make sure that, it's not affected again. Because clearly you've been put through it. The Nine of Wands is always the wounded warrior, right? But there's the persistence. I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to let anything negative come in, is what I want to say with that. Oh boy. And, it's interesting because I'm looking at the Nine of Wands and you preparing. It's like you're waiting and watching for this. So with the Page of Swords being in the present moment, it's never good news. It's never good news with this little bastard, and it drives me nuts. And again, paying attention to the details, right? So this could be communication coming through that, you've been preparing for. You don't really want to hear it. But how much of the information that you need is actually coming through, because I think that there needs to be more. We need to learn more. I always look at the Page of Swords and think, we have questions. I want more information, right? But we'll see here. Oh, here, and it's funny. It's funny, Cap, because I'm feeling you. And I'm feeling you coming into this and being so prepared for the absolute worst. You don't trust the information that's being given to you because it has to do with new love. And that could be new love with what you are doing. Is it worth putting in the effort toward? Maybe. This could be a new love in your life. Wow. But with the Ace of Cups, this isn't a bad thing. And I'm sitting here like, oh God, what's happening? What's coming? What is coming? And here it's the Ace of Cups. Are you kidding me? Oh, Cap, you crack me up. Now, with the Page of Swords, there may be a setback, but I still want to see what's going on in your environment here. But this doesn't look that bad. I just think that you've been put through so much. It would make sense that having something that good come through, you're like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Oh, Cap, your best path to follow, the Eight of Swords. You can't let fear keep you trapped. And the thing is what I want to say here, because of the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Wands, I understand if you've been hurt, if you've been put through a lot, and you don't trust anything that comes through. But the thing is you may be blocking what is, meant for you to be happy. It's almost like constantly asking the universe, where is my Ace of Cups? Where is it? And then when it shows up, you're like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That's what this feels like. Stop doing this to yourself. And what's interesting to me is I remember a reading where the Eight of Swords was not a bad thing. It was actually helpful for you guys. But this is different. This is different. You just don't see how this is going to be a good thing. And this is literally saying that you need to open up your eyes here, right? There needs to be that sudden shocking shift that leads to celebration. No shit, man. But I get it though. Like, I get it. In your environment, the Emperor. Okay. So, and I do feel like this has to do with the person, whether they're Aries or not. I mean, that depends on your situation, but I'm more focused on the person's personality. And they may be very forceful. And this could be, you dealing with somebody who is older than you, yeah. But with the Page of Swords, mentally, not really, But I do, for some of you, I feel like this is a person. And I think that the reason why they're showing up as the Emperor is because you may feel like they think that they're in control of what is going on. And I don't think that you want it to be that way anymore. This could literally be somebody that's coming through that is, more stable now. But I don't know that you trust them or trust what they say. Now, the other part of this, though, with the Emperor, we are talking about order, law and order, stability, control, right? It may be here that, the kind of stability that you're wanting may be being blocked. There may be some setbacks here, but you do have the Ace of Cups coming through. But the thing is I'm still feeling this feeling of I don't trust you. And I don't trust what you're telling me either. And I think that you're looking at them as the Emperor because you don't want them to be in control of the situation. It's interesting. But I feel like this person has blocked a renewal for you before. This person put you through a lot. A lot. And it would make sense that there needs to be like a lot of effort put into starting over. But there are some things that I don't think that you can look past with this Eight of Swords, and that may be the problem. Like, your thoughts literally have control over you in this situation, right? Wow. So for some of you, I feel like this is about a person. For others of you, I feel like this is like the energy surrounding the situation. But there is like a block from working on a new beginning. Now, for some of you, this could be somebody that can't let you go and they continuously try to communicate with you, but you look at it as a bad thing because you're not wanting it in. So it makes me wonder here, but this is still, a very good thing for you. Wow, Cap, the hell is going on? What the fuck? Oh, your hopes and fears, look at it, the Four of Wands. You want to talk about celebration. For some of you, you may be hoping to establish something stable, very stable, with someone, and maybe starting over. Now, for some of you, this could be somebody completely new that may be wanting to like step into your life and bring this kind of stability. But again, there's this feeling of I don't trust. But what you're hoping for is to start to establish this. To build this stability here and to be able to get to celebration, right? But maybe a sudden shift is what you need. Maybe you've been in this place for too long. And that can be the case for some of you, right? Like always being super vigilant of everybody that comes around, wanting anything from you. You know, but like I said, for others of you, this feels like a person sitting in your environment. And I almost feel like they're like I said before, they're coming from a place of being in a better position to like step up to the plate and do what's necessary. You know, but I don't think that you want them to have like absolute control. You guys will have to let me know on that one, because I get mixed feelings with him. You know, I'm okay with the Emperor. I just don't like the very like stubborn old man set in his ways type of feeling with him. That's the only thing that bothers me with the Emperor. But yeah, the Four of Wands in celebration makes sense, right? But things need to change drastically. Drastically. Oh, and then coming out the Hierophant. And, you know, again, right? Like, there's very much that stubborn old man type of feeling here. But with the Hierophant coming out, you know, this could be you making a really big, strong commitment to putting in the work that's necessary to start something over again. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. For some of you, like I said before, this could be about your career. You may have been like on the lookout for something better, but you're in the meantime having to deal with your current situation, working really hard and maybe not getting the kind of payout that you deserve. You know, but I'm not looking at like the Six of Pentacles here. I'm looking at something that's worth putting in the effort to, especially with the Ace of Cups. But this could literally be you making a new commitment, a stronger commitment here with the Hierophant. And you're confused by your own emotions. And again, it's like, in order for there to be faith in this and trust, you're going to have to deal with your emotions that may be confusing you, or you're going to have to deal with the things that you feel like you don't know about the situation with the Moon, right? What is being kept hidden? But this is like illuminating that, illuminating the fears. It's interesting. But with the Queen of Cups, like, now if this is also about the person that you're dealing with, the reason why I feel like she's showing up is because even though there's very much a wall built around your heart, it's because the emotions are so strong. You know, I look at the Queen of Cups and think she's, you know, very heavily emotionally attached to something. You know, but this could also be about needing to heal some hurt emotions though as well. And you may be moving into that place and becoming, you know, stronger and better here and still able to have faith. But we need to get closure on some stuff. And that's what I was talking about before when I was talking about the Emperor being a person. It feels like they're coming from a place where they're actually stepping up now. And it may be that they're doing what's necessary to get control over, you know, whatever nonsense is going on with the Page of Swords, right? If it's things being said, bad communication, bad news, whatever. Whatever setbacks there are with the Page of Swords, that is coming to an end with the world. You're getting closure on it. It's the successful completion. That chapter is over with, which is great. But the Moon and the Ace of Cups, your own emotions may be confusing you on this situation. There's still very much the want to put forth the effort, but we need to highlight the fears in renewing this or starting this over. But I'm still looking at this as a really good thing, because the thing is even with the Moon coming out, you still have the Hierophant and you have the knowledge that you need. So I'm still looking at spiritual enlightenment through the dark. So it's not like you're left being, you know, blinded by emotions here. You may have to deal with the fears and the anxieties that you have, but you're going to gain a higher understanding over all of it. But it's in order for you to have stronger faith and commitment in the effort that you're putting in towards this Ace of Cups. It's not bad, Cap. It is not bad at all. I really feel good about this for some of you. You know, for others of you, though, you may be just stuck right now in this place of, I just don't see how this is going to happen. I remember this, and I remember this, and I remember this. That's what that feels like. But that's all you see, because you're not open to seeing the possibility of anything else. You know, and this is going to require a lot of effort. But is it worth it? You know, because I'm looking at celebration, celebration, and then fellow travelers, support is all around you, so you are not alone. You are not alone. So this is, yeah, you needing to open the gate to the wall that you've built here, right? Especially if somebody is calling you out, like it's time now. It's time to get past that. You know, and I go back to the world, right? But you're getting your calling here and what you need to be doing or where you need to be going. And it's time. And you're not alone. You are not alone, which makes sense. You know, as far as why I felt like the emperor had to do with a person. But this is saying that this person who is traveling with you also supports you, which is exactly what you need.